Hello, and welcome to The Worm Show. I'm your host, Thorn Jules. It's New Year's Eve. Well, here we are, the end of 2024. In some ways, I think it couldn't have come soon enough. But I say that with the back of my mind thinking, well, what's to come in 2025? But anyhow, here we have a feeding time at the Box of Life. As you can see, I have some popcorn for them. It's actually not popcorn, it's rice cakes, but it does look like popcorn, doesn't it? Some sparkling H2O. Worms aren't supposed to drink alcohol. I mean, it's toxic after all. And I don't drink at all either. It's just gone over 3 years since I've had a drink. And then also we have a fairly large serving of food because I intend to feed both the top and the middle boxes in this video. And I also have some worms which I corralled from the basement, which I'll be putting on the top at the end of the video. So stick around for my wiggly ball of friends at the end of the video. We will get started. I may have a little sip actually. This stuff is delicious. Excellent vintage. City of Ottawa. All right. So, I think I may want to zoom in a little bit, if I can figure out how to work the camera. Now, as usual, I have no idea when this video is actually going to be posted. Here I am filming New Year's video, and I haven't even posted the videos from the very beginning of this process yet. Okay, so as you can see, some of the gooseberries that I put down at Christmas are, they're in there, and they're they're not doing a whole lot, but that's okay. Let's see if I can, there we go. Beta. All right. So we'll move all this over. Can we get in the shot? Yes, we can. Very good. Okay, so we can see that there's, I think, if we can dig in here a little bit, we can see a fair bit of activity. I can see a lot of worms well, not a lot, but I can see the worms underneath. And I can see that I don't see any chunks of food. I think they've done really well consuming the food that I put down the last time in that spot here. Yeah, that looks good. Very, very happy with that. Very happy. So I'm not going to put too much, but I will feed the top layer here. I'm going to put it right down on top. A little bit like that. This has a really strong smell of coffee grounds. And all sorts of other stuff in it. Coconut and mango and eggshells and stuff. All kinds of stuff. All right. I think that seems pretty good. A little bit of popcorn. I'd like to think that this will be appetizing. I think so. And I also have some tea leaves from my some tea I've had recently. We're going into 2025. Maybe the worms can read the future. And then I'm also going to put down a little bit of bedding, just a bit. I feel like I'm trying to channel Bob Ross. Is that correct? Does that feel right? Okay, yeah, that feels right. Okay, and then we also have some of these. They were left over from the Halloween episode. Still, I didn't use all of them. There's a little bit of sweetness and natural sweetness, of course. Cool. And then a little bit of New Year's cheer. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to put the lid on top. I think that's going to squish down nicely. I'm trying to do this very carefully and to not hurt myself. On Saturday, I'm filming this. We're just up to New Year's Eve, and on Saturday, so what was Saturday? The 29th? On Saturday, I crashed my bike on a patch of ice as I was turning onto my street here in Ottawa. And yeah, I'm still feeling quite a bit sore about it. Thankfully I didn't break anything. But I sure didn't feel good about it. Alright. I feel like somehow this is the main event. The shirt that I have down here, or the piece of fabric that I have that I put down here, has not fared overly well. We can say that. I think that, I mean, I'd had this shirt for many years, and it was starting to, you know, it was time for me to let it go. And yeah, these critters and the worms have made short work of it. I know that if I pull it, it'll just, you know, completely come apart. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think what I might do, I think I'll pull it back as carefully as I can. Yeah, it really is falling apart. This is wild. It like almost, it sort of doesn't have any structure to it anymore. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, that was okay. That went okay. All right, that looks pretty good. I realize I have quite a bit of food here, and I really need my corralled worms to stay in this layer. So what I've been wondering and thinking about and observing, after I shot the last video, I was looking at the progress of the worms, and I kind of got the sense that they had moved. I mean, I didn't see as many on the top layer. I thought, oh wow, what if I had moved them and then they, you know, decided to dig their way back down to the bottom layer. I was thinking that's actually totally possible. I see the worms moving between the layers, I've seen them move between all 3 layers. So it's entirely possible for them to do that, because I had put up, you know, I don't know. I mean, difficult to count, obviously, but I'd put up a bunch of worms up here in the last video, and when I looked a day later, it was like I couldn't find any of them. So I wondered if they had migrated back down. I checked the next layer down. Again, I was like, oh, I'm surprised there's not that much activity. And then what happened when I opened the bottom layer? When I checked the bottom layer, lo and behold, I was just like, wow, okay, the worms are all on top. They were massed on top of, not massed, but there were quite a few of them rolling around, like even on top of their castings. The bottom layer is where the most castings are, right? It's pretty well full of castings at this point. But there's obviously still quite a bit of party going on down there. So, I don't know. I'm going to check again. This is part of the reason why, as you can see, I'm really feeding this. Partly because I want to see if I can get a base for this new, layer. I want to get the worms to want to be here. But then also because I want to really use up all this food, as much of this food as I can, because I've made so much of it that it's overtaken my freezer. That's what I get for cooking. And making, my own food scrap waste. Okay, more popcorn. If popcorn was made out of rice. Doesn't it look like popcorn? I mean, come on. It's the same color and everything. Okay. We'll do... I think we can use this up safely, the last of the Chewy Bites. Again, not a sponsor. Oh. There's one thing I may have a couple things that I'm a little OCD about, and food waste is one of those. I really dislike food waste. Okay, and then again, the tea leaves. Let's read into 2025. Maybe let's not. Let's let the worms do it. I know that they do seem to like tea leaves. Oh, and these are the tea bags that I cut up really finely. Well, kind of as much as I could. And then we will put more of the bedding down. I wanted to sort of cover this up. The layer of bedding. Probably should have put more bedding, or prepared more bedding, but that's okay. What I will do is, well, no, maybe not. I think maybe. What I'll do is, though, I'm definitely planning on checking in and keeping an eye on. Oh, my back. Keeping an eye on how this is developing. Okay, this is almost done. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, happy with that. And then I'm going to put this back across if I can. There. You can see this little guy poking out. See that? That's really funny. Hello. Alright, well now I will debut the friends that I had corralled earlier. They are not happy with me, I'm quite sure. I wouldn't be happy with myself if I had disturbed. There we are. Hello, friends. Oh, there's even a bit of plastic in there. Where did that? Must have been from the bottom. Yeah, so... Right, okay. So, there's quite a few of them in here. I haven't cleaned them out as well as I did last time because I felt like I had disturbed them when I had removed most of the castings. And when I removed them, all the castings, they basically formed a ball, and it seemed really defensive. And I thought, well, even though, I'm not, harming these animals, I don't want them to, be disturbed. So I left more of the castings in there, but as you can see, they have formed together anyway. They usually come together. And what I'm basically going to do, what I've decided to do, is just dump them basically on top and let them go. Maybe I'll put this down as well, and then I'm just gonna pop that, make sure that I have the remaining, the stragglers. There's usually one or two in there. Yeah, there's still some. Yeah, all right, well, there you go. Hello, yes. Oh, my, look at that. There's quite a collection that I gathered, and I hope that that they choose to stay in the top layer. Let's hope so. And yeah, we will toast to them, and very carefully, not obviously on them, but I'm going to put this around. And there we have it. I suspect it'll take a little while, but they'll work their way out of this ball that they've formed, and yeah, they'll hopefully stay. I really hope that they choose to stay in this top layer, and I'm going to be keeping an eye to see if that's the case. Well, I think that's about enough. I feel like I've tortured these little friends enough. I'm sure that they're not exactly a huge fan of these set lights and all that sort of stuff. Maybe even the sound of my voice, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. Happy New Year. 2024 was a biatch of a year. And, well, 2025 may not be better. We'll see how different it is. And fingers crossed it's not the end all. But for now, this is the end of the video. If you've enjoyed what we've done in this video, please subscribe. Click like. It really helps in the algorithm. Comment, and yeah. Have your say in the comments. We can take it, right? Right, worms? We can take it. Right on. Well, Happy New Year. And we will see you in 2025. Thanks for watching.